wins. Chris with 19, purple with 6.
And time now, Larry, for the human cannonball. Chris will be swinging against Turbo. Purple will be swinging against Laser. Both contenders given 2 swings. Each successful swing worth 5 points. And once again, the Gladiators' mission is somehow, some way, repel the tremendous momentum generated by the contenders. Here they come. There goes Laser, there goes Turbo. Did he? Or did he? He managed to hang on.
Laser having a little different style than Turbo. Laser a little higher, Turbo down low. Got knocked down, but maintained his balance. As we look at a split screen review, you'll see Turbo's right leg go off. He sets down kind of hard, but maintains his balance. Gladiators win it.
Now the bad news for Turbo and Laser, the contenders get a second swing. And they both hang on. This doesn't happen very often, but the Gladiators have emerged victorious. A shutout against Chris Vopatek and Purple Roundy.
Laser staying high and Turbo going low.
Given the physics involved in the human cannonball, this is something of an upset. Our Gladiators going 2 for 2. Both Laser and Turbo. Laser, you turned Purple into maple circle.
Well, yeah, I think the object of the game is you got to stay low and you got to keep at them. So I think with the attribute of Turbo, we're going to have a good team this year.
Stay low you did, and Turbo, Larry Zonka likened this event to trying to stop, for the Gladiators anyway, trying to stop an oncoming freight train. Yet you did it with ease, except for that first time. Great save, a butt save.
It was a butt save. I do believe I'm a posted keep out sign up here, and there's nobody getting in my area.
Well, they kept off all right. Turbo and Laser, 2 for 2, the Gladiators.
So men's overall after 5 events, Chris 19, Purple 6. Women's overall after 4 events, Margaret 13, Susan 10, as we get set for women's cannonball.
30-year-old Susan Hurst going up against 21-year-old Margaret McCargo, is hoping her appearance here on the American Gladiators will help her plans for the future. Here's what she had to say.
I like to be a police officer soon, and I think dealing with the American Gladiators, it helps me build up for the physical part of the exam, going to the academy, getting banged around, and listen to people yell, and just the physical toughness.
Time to get physical now for Margaret McCargo as she draws gold on her first swing. Susan will be going against ice.
Susan knocking ice right off the pedestal, much to everyone's surprise. Here we have a shot from Susan's helmet cam as she approaches ice. Ice looking prepared, but suddenly spinning around and flying from the pedestal. What an impact.
Second attempt now coming for both our contenders. And here they come. Margaret against ice. And ice trying to hang on again, and again she gets the Ralph Cramden treatment. Bang, zoom, she's off.
But on the other hand, gold going 2 for 2. How'd she do it? Let's look at her technique. Low, hangs tough, takes the big shot, and comes out the winner.
So both Margaret and Susan pick up 5 points in cannonball, and after 5 events, Margaret still has a 3-point lead. A lot more action to come here on the American Gladiators, including the final event, the Eliminator. But coming up next, is our next event, something called Atmosphere.
Sort of a rock'em, sock'em, bang'em up, flang'em up, demolition derby.
The operative words here, smash, mash, and bash.
Yeah, an atmosphere. 2 contenders compete simultaneously in an effort to roll their ball into one of the red, white, and blue scoring pods, worth 1 point each. At the same time, 2 gladiators will be trying to keep the contenders from scoring by means of their own spheres.
And this should be right up Purple Roundy's alley. There he is in the blue atmosphere against Chris Vopatek. He'll be in the red. Purple, a demolition derby driver from Phoenix, Arizona. And the 2 gladiators, Nitro and this man, Thunder. And Thunder can really get that atmosphere moving. And as Nitro gets inside of his atmosphere, we will tell you that the score after 5 events coming into this event, Chris on top of Purple, 19-6. And our referee, Larry Thompson, about to get the proceedings underway. Those plumes of smoke, nitrogen gas, which indicate to the audience and our contenders that they have scored. And then, I'll tell you what, that was a huge collision. Might have set off some of the seismograph machines here in Southern California.
They waste no time banging heads to get things going.
Purple has really got his atmosphere atmosphere moving on a breakaway.
Chris settles in for a point.
And it looks like purple might have as well. I don't think our smoke machines are working at this time. We apologize for the technical difficulty, so to speak.
Chris is having a little technical difficulty of his own. It's called thunder. Thunder's all over him. He won't let him settle into the pod for the score.
I tell you, the toughest job may belong to some of our cameramen out there who are trying to cover the action. They really have to be on their toes.
We're going to have atmosphere little squares on their head after this is over.
Well, that was Chris with another goal. He scored right there. He leads 2-0 at the moment. Time running out here.
Purple getting knocked sideways and going for a free ride in his own atmosphere.
Chris couldn't get it in there. Now he's pinned in. Purple desperately trying to score, and that's it. The 60-second time limit is up.
Chris doing a little handstand. Here we get to see Purple take his free ride at impact. Gets knocked off his feet and just rides her out.
The only fair way to do this interview is to get inside the cage with him, right? And I got to get the feeling here. All right. Now, this was supposed to be your cup of tea, pal, because you've had experience as a demolition derby driver. This is our version of the demo derby, only inside these iron spheres. Take the helmet off a second. Unfortunately, you did not win, Purple. Final count 2-zip in favor of Chris.
I spent most of my time here looking for the steering wheel, I guess. Anyway, nitro was good, but I'll just have to put a motor on my next one, I guess.
One of the things people don't realize is this is quite an aerobic workout. When Purple steps out of this cage, you'll see how sweaty he is. Wait a minute.
As they roll Mike away, Chris picking up 2, the Purple 0 in the atmosphere. Men's overall after 6 events, Chris 21, Purple 6. Women's overall after 5 events, Margaret leading Susan 18-15.
And now it's their turn to compete in atmosphere, and there's Susan getting inside the blue cage. I'm sure she's used to tight quarters, being an Air Force captain. Margaret now safely inside, as is one of our gladiators, Lace, and also Gold will be competing in this event, trying to stop our 2 contenders. And I don't know, Larry, there's no way you can train, you can work out, you can do aerobics and push-ups, pull-ups, but there's nothing to prepare you for an event like this, nothing at all.
Unless you have a large bird cage on a very large backyard. As Larry Johnson, who's not prepared for this either, having officiated a lot of football, gets ready to start our atmosphere event.
Susan Hurst in the blue atmosphere, Margaret McCargo in the red.
Susan almost getting a point, but getting knocked out of the pod, couldn't control the momentum and rolled on through. Has another opportunity. But again, rolled past the pod. She has to learn to throw herself back and settle into that pod.
The thing working against our 2 women contenders is their body weight. Both of them just weigh 135 pounds. And this is one event where body weight helps.
Both Susan and Margaret don't have any trouble getting it rolling, but again, trying to reverse the field, throwing your body backwards and having it settle into the pod just doesn't seem to work out for them.
Not an easy task, especially with the gladiators chasing in hot pursuit. Just when Susan thought she had it there, Gold bumped her out.
Margaret, another just a sheer miss. She needs to align her sights a little better.
There, another chance goes by the board for Margaret. And Susan, like a grain of salt inside a shaker, there's the whistle. And mercifully for Margaret and Susan, this atmosphere match has ended. Tough workout.
And Mike, as we talked about earlier, both Margaret and Susan having problems settling into the pod. Great aim, they're right there, but can't quite seem to get it to settle.
So no score for our contenders in atmosphere, and after 6 events, it's still Margaret 18, Susan 15. Who will advance to the quarters? Well, we'll find out in the next event. It's called the Eliminator.
At the Ashby Inn, the secret of our chicken rice recipe is in the rich taste of our chicken stock.
Country Inn rice dishes from Uncle Ben's. Delicious recipes inspired by the finest inns and packed with hearty country ingredients. Some add creamy cheeses like broccoli, rice, or gratin.
What a great dish.
Others have plump, ripe kitchen-cut vegetables.
That's delicious.
Taste the country at home in Country Inn brand rice dishes, inspired by the finest inns.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm Button. He's Russell. Okay, kids, let's do a Game Boy game. Hey, go Box. I mean, he doesn't get it, but here's what you do. You gotta keep thinking, right? Because you gotta box him. And then he makes this little box, and then you close it in. Well, fine. Yes. It doesn't even have any eyes. I know it's weird, but it sees you, right? Then Super Mario guy comes out and starts singing to you. Thanks for Game Boy. I give it an A. Nintendo.
If your job is boring and you need the skills for a better career, call American Business College. They'll help make your dreams come true.
You can have a wonderful career as a legal, medical, or executive secretary.
In just 5 to 7 months. Or go into computerized accounting. Let ABC help make your dreams come true. Whoops. For a real future, call American Business College. Just one member of the fine family of ABC schools. We change lives.
When you get an allergy attack, you'll try any advice. Any advice.
Try the desert.
But the best advice is what doctors have said millions of times. Take Dimetapp. Dimetapp in non-prescription formulas brings proven relief. So take the advice of doctors and pharmacists for allergies.
I see the desert worked.
And take Dimetapp, the best advice you can take.
In a perfect family, everyone really understands each other.
Sit down on the flip side, man.
You watch what you say to me. What did he say to me?
But who's perfect? True Colors. It ain't the Brady Bunch. Man, I sense a disturbance in the force. Parker Lewis has met his match.
Reminds me of you.
And it ain't Ferris Bueller.
No problem.
Brilliant, Louis. Oscar time.
Parker Lewis can't lose. Right after True Colors. All new episodes tonight on Fox.
Welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood, and before we start our final event, the Eliminator, here's a recap of what's happened so far. The men's competition, Chris Vopatek picked up 7 points in the assault by virtue of that shot right there. He also picked up another 10 by making it to the top of the wall first. But his opposition, Purple Roundy, would not give up as he held on to hold off the mighty Turbo. He earned 5 points for that effort. In the women's competition, the highlight for Air Force Captain Susan Hurst was her summit up the wall. She earned 10 points. But like Purple Roundy, Margaret McCargo also hung tough, and she earned 5 points as well. In the human cannonball competition, it was a 50-50 proposition as both contenders took turns knocking off the Gladiators to earn 5 points. And so the stage is set for the final event, the Eliminator. And Larry, it all starts here.
Mike, both our contenders start at the treadmill and must run against the belt. Once at the top, it must cross a 30-foot span by means of a specially designed hand bike. Then on across the familiar balance beam where instead of medicine balls, gladiators now throw weighted blocking pads at the contenders.
But Zonka trip is only half over. The contenders have to scale a 20-foot cargo net. And then it's a breezy ride down the zip line. It's a great break from a very exhausting day. The final straightaway after that, where the contenders have to clear 2 hurdles and then make a choice which lane to pick, because behind 3 of those doors lie American Gladiators. And so the stage is set for our women. Margaret leads Susan Hurst by 3 points. That translates to a 1.5-second differential, which means that our Air Force captain, Susan Hurst, would have to win by more than 1.5 seconds to advance to our quarterfinals. Both women are ready. They're at our start line right now.
And Mike, you can tell by the look on their faces, they're concentrating, projecting themselves through this very difficult event.
Referee Larry Thompson with the whistle, and they are off. Both women extremely quick up the treadmill.
Margaret first to the hand bike, but having a little trouble with it. Rhythm seems to be off a little.
Susan a little more smooth, but she still trails Margaret as Margaret is the first to reach the platform, and now the balance beam. She whizzes across, flies by that blocking pad, and she's on the cargo net already.
Susan getting a little hit from the blocking bag on the backswing.
She managed to stay on the beam, however. Now she's on the cargo net. Margaret still the quicker of the 2. Now the fun part. And that isn't last, Larry, because I've tried this earlier. A lot of fun, but not during the heat of competition like this. Margaret now across the hurdles. Here comes Susan down the zip line. Margaret, one last hurdle to go, and that's one of our American Gladiators. She crosses the finish line. She will advance to the quarterfinals, and Susan goes across scot-free. Susan Hurst, mother of 2, had her chances with the balance beam, and her troubles there eventually did her in.
Susan, this eliminator's really something. What part set you back the most?
Getting hold of the bike handles, I got a little split up, and I hesitated badly on the beam that got across without being hit.
Took a real shot on that beam.
Yeah, I guess I did. I'm not sure. I can't quite remember.
Well, congratulations for a great day of competition. We hope to see you again.
I hope to be here.
All right. Margaret, congratulations.
Thanks.
You've made it. Let me tell you something. You've been going through all day kind of quiet, reserved, kind of laid back, the silent competitor, and just steadily accumulating points. Was that part of the strategy?
Yeah, just waiting for the eliminator to come.
I'll tell you what, I saw on the eliminator when you came across the balance beam, you took a great shot head on and maintained your balance.
Yeah, I tried to keep going.
Well, Margaret, congratulations again. You're our quarterfinalist. We're looking forward to more competition. How about a hand for the girls?
As you take a look at the final score, Susan Hurst could also advance to the quarterfinals. Her 75 points may be good enough to advance from the loser's bracket. After 6 events, here's how the men stand. Chris 21, Purple 6. That means that Purple would need to win the eliminator run against Chris by 7.5 seconds. Both men ready. So are the Gladiators. Treadmills are rolling. Chris Vopatek in the red, Purple Roundy in the blue. There's the whistle as both men whiz up that treadmill. Purple first. And look at him pump his way across in that hand bike. Chris having problems.
Purple opening a large lead onto the balance beam way out in front. Oh, takes a great hit. Bag. Right here, Chris closes the gap. It's a neck-and-neck race.
Purple, however, regaining the lead on the cargo net. Chris hanging in there. Remember, Purple would need to win by 7.5 seconds or more to automatically advance to the quarterfinals. He's got the lead now as he heads down the zip line. Here comes Chris. Purple over the hurdles. Now only Laser stands in his way. He struggles across the finish line. Finally makes it. Whoa! Got the lead by Chris Vopatek.
Chris does a Superman layout right over the top of Turbo, almost clearing the finish line.
And Larry, I think that made the difference.
Chris, knowing he was against the clock, did that layout, and Mike, I believe it did make the difference.
Okay, I'm going to let Purple get his breath here for just 1 second and take a look at this man's body. His wrists are all chopped up. The muscles are sore. You're out of breath. You've gone through 7 events. You needed to win the eliminator by 7.5 seconds. It didn't work out. You may still get to the quarterfinals based on your overall point total. But for the moment, it's all over. How does it feel, babe?
We'll go home. Go to bed. It's brutal. It's definitely brutal. It ain't like sitting home on the couch and watching TV, so it's fun, though. So good job, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure you had some expectations coming in what it might be like. Your thoughts now?
I was just hoping I wasn't going to run into someone in the tunnel of love here, but it looks like I did. I feel like a 16-year-old girl in there, so I didn't feel too safe.
Purple, congratulations. Let's hope you make it to the quarterfinals. But this man will definitely advance. Chris, you did so by virtue of a Marcus Allen, Walter Payton leap through, as Purple called it, the tunnel of love. There's no love waiting on the other side.
No. I used to play Walter Payton when I was a kid. That's the guy with the ball gets tackled. That's where I learned that move.
Were you concerned at all when Purple jumped out to that early lead?
Yeah, I almost chopped my thumbs off on that bicycle treadmill. Lose my thumbs or get ahead. I decided to keep my thumbs. I thought I'd catch up with him up on the net. Almost got it. Pulled it off right near the end, I guess.
Chris, congratulations. Purple, congratulations. How about a nice hand for both these contenders? Great job.
But there you have it. Chris Vopatek advances to the quarterfinals.
Good thing. Pretty soon we are out of here.